Hello, I have returned. Although I didn't make, I did make kind of a clever title. But we're going to Ilmeg. And probably see that horrible scene again today. Right. If you've come looking for work, I must have a spot for another guard. Oh ho! A friend of the Crystal Exarch. Hoping to meet someone in Ilmeg? Not Ilmeg. Almareng, are you? And I should be your guy. I was about to set off for my post there as well, as a matter of fact. So we can leave right away, assuming you have everything you need.
Areng. From this parched earth, the nation of Nabath, Areng once rose. When I journeyed here, long ago, I spoke with a sun-weathered elder. He told me Areng meant majestic land in the language of his people. And so it might still be, were it not for the light's unrelenting onslaught.
Whoa. Oh, we are here in Almareng. Compass detects, Oof. No matter how long, how many times I come here, the cold never fails to catch me off guard. The sky may be as bright as in the scorching hours of the day, but it gets brisk enough to make you shiver. Now, the Exarch's letter said I was to take you to the inn at Journey's Head. Journey's Head? Which is where this Alice friend of yours is staying? But that's a fair old distance, so I propose we make a stop in Mortsuk. To break up the trek, allow me to attend to some business and you to enjoy the local hospitality. So come. So, sounds good? Good? Ah, right. You lot. I'm off. And I'd better not see the goods covered in sand when I get back. Right. We head southward, straight as an arrow. I'm gonna use this. I've been told that this bike is actually faster than most mounts. Current. Stop here a moment. This is your first visit to Almaring, is it not? Before you cross the sand of river, you need to turn around and feast your eyes on that. They built them big, didn't they? That's Cass Snarl. Sharl? A fortress meant to protect the northern reach of Nabathering. Nabathering. Seeing what we left behind, I believe it when they say that it was once one of Northland's mightiest nations. At least until the flood came along. Great chunks of Nabathering's lands were lost to the light, its great city included. The few who survived didn't see much point in staying. Most of them away. Most of them anyways. No, not many chose to continue here these days. Not with everything in ruins. Even the hulking great fortress has become little more than a armorist for me and my caravan. But not everything is as deserted on this place. Just wait till you see Mortsuk. Let's press on, shall we? I need to dye my chocobo. Here we are, Mortsuk, by the blessed shadow. I love this town. Mortsuk, not just full of mord, but Hunes in all matters of others. Too, it has long been a refuge for folks displaced by the flood, so the population is nothing if not diverse. Oh, have you met Mord before? They might look like shifty little bright lighters, but a more welcoming lot you could never wish to meet. Speaking of which, we must pay respect to Master Gangen. I'll go ahead and let him know we're arrived. Master Gangen. Remember always, once you folks come to a new area, first get the porter. And then use or get this thingy. What? Hop. Here we go. One more time with the compass. Go on, introduce yourself to Master Gangan. Gangan? ETIs.
Master Gengen, this is the friend of the Exarch I was telling you about.
Master Gangan. A little deeper. Master Gangan.
Very good, very good. Though friend or no, all are welcome in Maud's Souk.
Souk is Mordish for city. As things stand, this souk boasts the largest and busiest marketplace in all Armorang. You'll find ore from the mines here, of course, but all manner of other things too, many of them rare. As I told you before, not many visit Armorang by choice, but Maud Souk's a different story. Merchants come from miles around to purchase the relics the Maud dig up.
Aye, that they do. For Maud do not dismiss the spoils of the earth. We clean them and polish them and reveal to the world their true value. That is why they come here, come from far away, come with much money. And so our souk is always busy, busy, busy. No such thing as a thing no one needs.
You say that every time, Master Gengen. Some sort of family motto, wasn't it? Or perhaps a Maud philosophy, for which we should all be very grateful. Would that everyone was so willing to take in refugees regardless of race or creed. Now then, if you intend to spend any time here, you'll want to gain the trust of the locals. And there's a little custom all newcomers are expected to observe.
The cracking of the coin purse. You buy one thing from the market. Price can be low or high, just as long as you buy.
As the good Maud says. In fact, the Exarch sent a little something to cover this very expense. A Verbert gold piece, no less. The first I've held in years.
Verbert gold? Real Verbert gold?
Here, newcomer, crack your coin purse with me.
Oh no, you want my goods, newcomer? I have jars and pots all smooth and shiny.
Over here!
Come and look.
You buy, you buy.
Enough of that! Calm, I say! This one must still journey through the barrens. Nothing bulky, nothing heavy, no pots. Nothing better for the road than a full belly. Spend that piece at Ronron's place, yes? Eat for 3 before you leave.
Eat for 3. Eat for 3. Ron. Oh, welcome to Ron. Traveler, I have wares to empty your purse and fill your belly. Take your time, stare and sniff before you choose. But no drooling on the merchandise, yes? That's my ever-burning bounty. Made with the best parts of the lizard. Cured and with special spicy spices. Some find the smell challenging, but it'll warm you up on chilly desert nights. Grub. The grub. Everyone's favorite. Plump white worms. Slathered in honey. Once you eat a glazed wriggler, you'll never want any other treat. I call this mush loaf. The middle is stuffed with bitter, sweet cactus fruit, so even if the bread dries out, it's still moist inside. Keeps you going into in the heat. Oh, you'll like those skewered, chewy skewers, fine little frogs hiding under rocks, speared with stick, then roasted over fire, crackly on the outside, gooey on the inside, perfect for snacking. They all look tasty, yes? Which to choose? I'll go with the skewered skewers. Ah, chewy! A quick, easy meal to carry you across the desert. You have the gold? A real Verbert gold, none less. Well done. One Verbert honor buys you 65 skewers. An Etor burst. Every last mouthful. What an appetite! What a belly! A new legend is born in Mortsuk! Consider your coin purse cracked. I am pleased to accept your custom, and Gengen will be pleased you honored ours. Keeping the merchandise down, yes? No returns? I was watching from here, Gudrak. You honored our custom with a great relish. You will always be welcome in Mortsuk. If you need anything in El Meringue, we are here to provide. Speak to the hand. You have courage, my friend. Ronron's wares are more exotic than harmful, and I don't envy you the bellyache you'll have on the morrow. Right, now that you've eaten, I expect you're eager to get back on the road. Would you mind if we delay our departure a touch? I have a few deals left to cross before I can conclude my business here in Meringue. Well, Mortsu, to be exact. Oh, offering your services, are you? But well, an assistant would certainly help hurry things along. I have a receipt here for some goods that need picking up from the market. All properly paid for. You just need to do the lifting and carrying. I'll go and take care of some last minute hangering. Then, see you in a bit. Cured leather. They eat cured leather? Ooh. Jar of waffles. Hands off! Ah, the water is Mill's bath. Foot bath. Unless you have coin to buy or butter. Oh, you work for Catherine. Mew has his antiques all boxed up and ready for transport. Mew. Table, cactus, tong, iron ore, tong, tool, Americ, corrected to ton, total, ton and total. There's total. Casser sent you, he did, yes. Yes. What kind of ore was it again? Iron. Iron ore, of course. That would explain the box I have here. It's all yours. Herbs. Oh, table caps. Sack of herb, old remedy. You came with a casserole? Yes, good, I can. And finally stop thinking about the snack. Please. Take your prickly prize. Purchase? Mew. Box of antiques. Antiquity. Why? No touching. The merchandise is spoken for. You couldn't possibly change my mind with a better offer. What? Castora? Cascard? Cascard? Sent you? Ooh, yes. And didn't you say so? Why didn't you say so? I wouldn't dream of selling his goods to higher bidders. No. About the rings, relics, yes, it wasn't it? All packed in a box here, handed with care. It is the more of the cadence. You have to go up, and then down, up, and then down. Don't tell me you've already. Don't tell me you've already. You've been around the market already. Aye, that's the lot. Alright, good work. And quick work too. Considering you're not set foot in the place before, I thought you wanted to sit in the city like the Exarch. But some tells me you're not a stranger to visiting strange lands. Unfortunately, your efficiency presents something of a problem. I'd hoped to conclude all my business before you return, but it seems there's been some confusion over one of the orders I placed. I'll have to drag in my middleman and sort the mess out. I'm sorry to make you sit around and twiddle your thumbs. Cascade? It feels like ages since I last saw you. Oh no! Oh no! Well, if it isn't the lovely Tesleen. It has been a while, but your timing couldn't be better. This gentleman was on his way to meet with Alice. I'm supposed to be taking him to your corner of the desert, but a misplaced otter has commandeered my attention. Wait, I know who you are. Alice has told me so much about you. You're Gudrak, aren't you? I knew it. How wonderful to meet you in the flesh after hearing all those stories. I'm Tesleen. I work as a carer at the inn, and I've got to know Alice quite well since she took up guard duty there. Did you want me to take over as Gudrak's guide? Cascade? My shopping's all done and packed for the road, so it would be no trouble. That would be a great help. That would be a great help, thank you. Well, it looks like you'll be able to head straight out after all. My caravan and I will be in the area for a while yet. Seek me out when you've had your fill of armoring, and I'll send you back to the Crystarium.
Speak to the hound.
Alright, lady, let's do this. Alice has been desperate to see you, Gudrak, so let's get you to her sooner rather than later. The inn isn't too hard to find. Really, you can actually see the top of the rock spire from here. You just need to swing around the ridge, then head south. Come on, I'll get your supplies together and meet you outside. Take care with your desert crossing, and good fortune with meeting your friend. I'll be around when you are ready to head back to the Exarch. Well, Tesleen, you're gonna have to wait for a moment. There is a blue quest here. Blue quests are always him. Gengen has a blue quest he wants me to do. Greetings, friend. You will help people, yes? Maybe you can help me too? You see, my son, Gun, makes me very proud but very worried. He works very hard, too hard, for his own good. He follows orders, yes, follows them till someone tells him to stop. This is very dangerous, bad for his health. I need you to speak to him, persuade him to rest. He should be near the red Sarai. Probably leave no stone unturned in his search for relics. Please tell him his father orders him to stop. To the Red Sarai. Search the nooks, search the crannies, search high, search low. Oh, sorry, I did not see you there. Are you lost? Father says I must rest. Oh, that would not do. No, I will stop, but not yet. I need something to show for my efforts. All this scrambling, all this searching, and still no shinies. You came here to tell me to stop, but if I refuse, your job will not be finished, will it? That will not do either. Wait, I have an idea. If you help me find shinies, my job will be over. Your job will be over and I can rest. Simple, yes? Look under the rubble and find some... whatever there is to be found. Maybe it will be valuable, maybe not. Either way, let us keep searching until we get at least one shiny. I believe one blue will be here and another blue will be at the home. At the home. At the home. What did you find? No more rubble, I hope? Oh, that looks very special, very pretty patterns. I have never seen one like this before. But how much is it worth? I am an expert in finding shinies, not a historian. Perhaps we should ask someone. Once we sell it, we will divide the profits between us. We worked as a team. And so half for you, half for me. Fair, fair. Fair is fair. I'm good. Good, my dude. But I am going to still teleport over there instead. All set? Oh, I should probably mention the wildlife. While most of them will leave you be if you keep your distance, the local coyotes have learned to prey on folk heading home from the markets. I can usually swing a sword well enough to fend them off, but I may have loaded myself down with too many bargains today. Do you think you can handle any beast that try to make a meal of us? I thought you might. Alice was always saying how much I mean, let's get going, shall we? Sorry, there wasn't much time to shout a warning. Were you bitten? Those things got to be nasty. And yet hardly a match for you. It seems I always thought Alice was strong, but in her mind she was never. Now, it makes sense. Well, we should push on. Might be best if you scout ahead and clear out any coyotes that have our scent. I'll wait here so you can fight without any distractions. Oh, thank goodness you're back. I can hear the howling and snarling from here. Frightening creatures. Let's hope the rest have seen your handiwork and know to avoid us now. I need to get these supplies back to the inn. this is it? Thank you. I have to drop my... I didn't have to drop my shopping even once. Come to think of it, I'm glad I didn't make the trip alone. It seems you ended up escorting me. I'll have to repay the favor somehow. But first, let's head inside, shall we? Welcome to the Inn of Journey's Head. You might be our first visitor from the Crystarium since Alice arrived. It's not much, but it's home for the afflicted and a handful of carers. Oh, you don't know? I do not think I've met anyone besides Alice who was so unfamiliar with our situation here. Most folk have grown up knowing someone who knew someone. And I might leave out something obvious, so it may be best to have Alice give you the full explanation. Now, where is she? I think she might be out on patrol. We'll wait, I suppose, but why not go and surprise her? She even takes a look at things from the watchtower first, so you might be able to catch her there. It's not far. Head out to the south side, and you'll soon see it. I'll stay behind in case she comes back while you're gone. Attunement. Alice is nowhere to be seen, but you spot fresh footsteps on the ground, and you look to be about the same size. The small footsteps lead off to the northwest. The footsteps continue to go to northwest. Footsteps curve around to the west. There are more tracks here, but they end in a mess of disturbed sand.
Get back here! Is that... It can't be.
Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about. I knew you'd... But I had been hoping for sooner. How are you? We've fought them to a standstill, then. The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source. But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news from home when I arrived. I haven't actually seen Thancred and Y'shtola yet, but they will have heard all the latest developments from the Exarch by now, or should have at least. When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be, I want nothing more than to rush back and reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning. And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal. But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims. Nor how difficult it must have been to speak about them. The 8th Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that. We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the Flood. 100 years ago, the balance in the First tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam. A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural form breaks down. Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations. Yes, that's how the Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood. Once the change is wrought, there is no going back. In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities. They are creatures of base instinct that exist only to feed and to multiply. They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason, which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
It's just a matter of time. More for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served well as training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters, which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Here's what we'll do. I'll take the east side of the end and you clear the west. That way you can have an undiluted experience with the Resident Terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater, but you'll know from sure soon enough when they come slathering after you for Oaitha. Remember, it kills. It's kill or be killed with these monsters. Once you've slain whatever prowling, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Hunting? I just need to do this right now. Equipped. Now I just need a hat. Oh, scheiße. Wrong direction. Tender love. Forgiven cowardice. Animation canceling. Ain't it a hoot? Are you T-posing, Alice? Oh, no. It's weird loading issue. On a glowing soul. How did you fare? Ah, I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringe. Fringe? Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually these lesser senators are no more deadly than a natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat, much like the void set. They have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful Sea Eater goes on the hunt, it will be attended by a veritable swarm of lesser kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrol, to cull their number, often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Let's report our victory to Tasleen, shall we? She hasn't been telling you the stories, has she? Oh gods. Alice tells me you helped her out on her patrol. You have our thanks and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice has missed your company. Everything is always, if Gudrak were here, he would. That's an exaggeration, and we don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Gudrak's methods. Honestly, after seeing him in action, I can understand why. The way he leaps into the fray without hesitation, it really is something to behold. I might be a little smitten myself. I'm only teasing, though I've no doubt he deserves all the admiration he gets, just as you do. This is what I get to share. Maybe I just head out on another patrol. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off while I went to the market was still waiting for me. There are 101 things that needs done. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What, and twiddle our thumbs? While you work yourself to death, surely there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand. It's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the added larder, Alice. While we do that, could you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them. See that their skin isn't caked in sand. Her name is Paulnil, Todden, and Aldrich. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Speak more on the subject of sceneries, but let's see these tasks finished first. Ooh, I'm almost there. Thank you. Todden glares up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Aldrich remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheeks. The texture of his skin has hardened into something akin of plaster. Let me infuse you with my dark powers. Oh, I forgot to get the border. We have emeralds for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to the registry. That way you'll be able to come back when and here anytime you like. Alice? Your work is done then? You've seen the patients have how were they? Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Aldrich, though I have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We should leave you to have that discussion. Then, I was going to take Budrak to Mort Souk if you have any errands there that needs doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Could you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Cascade. Its caravan just passed through, and Ronron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Gudrak. There's something I want you to see right after we stop at Ronron's stall, of course. Any blue? Emma blue. Emma blue. Oh, I got the hat. I should unlock the hat. Hat time. That looks weird. Hello. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these clothes. I actually really do like this armor set. Let's see about the nectarine, shall we? Oh ho! Back again, are you? You need another taste of Ronron's wares? Actually, we're here to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Gods, I've never seen a merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Ah yes, I like the jar of honey-eyed worm as well. Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please. Buy them? Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Right, that's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetheryte to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. I still have 4. Oh. I'll give you another blue. There's 5 blue. Blue! Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip up to the top of the tower, does it not? Please, wigglers. You actually brought them. I really should have let you. Just this once, alright? Only once. Never fail. Never fails, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond?
Endless
That's what
white.
the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness. Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought. It's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough. But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons. But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
I'm glad I was able to show you that when it comes to the understanding the catastrophe, which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Urianje's lecture. And I need you to know, beyond a doubt, that Tesleen has no other choice. The nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just a threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards and would spare them the suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. Greater teleportation! Alrighty then. I will say, Tesleen. Go ahead, I think she's been waiting for us. Back? I hope you have had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alexia explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others and decided to keep an eye on Howrick for now. Thanks to you, though, if his time does come suddenly, be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, but let's see if we can enlighten the mood. Don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for the welcome meal, now don't you? Take a seat, and I'll make us a nice stew.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs. Oh, it's nothing, really. And we do so rarely have guests. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it. Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Well, here comes the part that I am dreading.
I like Desleen.
Wish you could have been around more. It's my fault the patient was acting strangely, and I let it distract him. Where could he have gone? Gudrun, Alice, you have to go look for Haldrick. I don't know what's got into him, but if he's wandering out there alone. We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before, but it can't be coincidence, and the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Haldrick isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Haldrick, please be alright. I'll cover the northwest, then north and west, then take everything from here to the south. To the south with my bike. It's 2 currents, right? Yep. So it's gonna be 2 over there. 1 over there, I believe, maybe. You see no sign of Haldrick. Maybe he went further west. Scan the area in search of Haldrick, and suddenly find yourself under attack. Forgiven foe. Oh, it is a... Cool, I can use that for an off-tank ability. Oh, I thought he was dead.
Continue the search. Gilliman. Gilliman? Gilman. Gilman. So...
Kinda wanna be doing this as a ninja, but it's so much easier.
Any sign of him? No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
There it is. Grab that
Did you
thing.
see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones. Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
it is! Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
False hope. Only winged
have to
angel
run.
stabbing a...
Tesleen! No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it. The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I... No!
Forgive me, Alice.
For Tesleen! Well, it's later on. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Gudrek. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but I cannot be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this.
Hello there, road woman. Woman.
It's just so unfair. Leslie was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared. But there won't be any pain. Of all people in the world to suffer such a fate.
I imagine you've just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate that you are doing here. Me, I can barely. I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing, about giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Harak is unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky, where the Sea Eater made their escape. Thank you. What you've done, it means a lot to them, to me. Sorry to interrupt. We realize we haven't thanked you for rescuing Auric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. Get up. You cannot blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Howrick back safe and sound. No one would have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to the decision I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, that you will delay Howrick's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give it the time you can. You always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Howrick. Keep Teslene's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is too hasty. Do you even have somewhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes, and a purpose. Damned light, building without cease, and that is the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Ethers. But what if we corrected the balance, even if it was only little by little? Even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have a chance. You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Ethers on my own, but I can still use the skills I have gained here to hurt them.
Ugh, I don't think I unlocked the porter there. Whoopsies!
Forgive me, Gudrak. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against the blight with kindness, I must fight it in my own way with steel. From Eorzea's sword in the darkness to Norvrand's sword in the light. Gods above, it feels like ages ago then, now.
Miss Alice, is there anything I can get you?
No Sustus Amaro. I need to return to the Crystarium immediately.
As you wish.
Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly again. Fly over Elmering again. I've barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head, at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the exile. We need to talk about how we are going to wipe the Sin Eaters out, shall we? I'm trying to see if this is anything.
Alrighty, I can unlock the Kupo board. Nuts! All the nuts. Non-stop nuts.
Wahoo! I'm gonna unlock that later.
Oh, nut. Oh.
Into the ocular.
Welcome back, Gudrak. Welcome back, Gudrak. You would have to share the tale of your journey once The two of you are suitably rested. Suitably? Thank you for seeking me out, Gudrek. It means a lot to me to have you there at my side. And looking at Alphino, I'd say he's as eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay out our experience before the Exarch. Step back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide whether to go from there.
And so you return. Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist. Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmul might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating Wardens would be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then. In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence. If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
Astral calamity?
7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
That's lightning?
Fire. Earth. Wind. Water.
Or that's... The other one was ice and this one's water. And that's the unaspect. Some would say darkness.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Alrighty.
Let's do this.
Such a...
Hallminster Switch. Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland. As we have best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads. Northwest of the Excenter Gate. And I shall lead you there myself.
Alrighty. This is going to be a bit easier to get in than usual because I'm playing a tank. Unless the server I am in is very low populated, it'll be easier for me to do. Okay, I don't need to. hours isn't bad. It was gonna be a short stream anyway, so. Should I end up? Where should I? I'm gonna go get the first. Click. Wash stuff here. Oh. Click. Click. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Right at the kisser. Let me go to Fort Job. Fort Job. Alrighty. Alright, let's get to the X-Art. X-Art. X-Arc. First I'm gonna unlock the goddamn chocobo. Alright, porter. Oh, no, that's Julie. The knoll. Click. Exarch? Exarch? Why do I want to say Exxon low? All set. If we follow the world north, we will arrive at northern staging. The village itself lies on not far beyond. Quickly, now. There you are. Oh, there. Current paper current. Ooh, that's far away west. Ray Draco. Draco? Yeah, Draco. I'm Gudra. Gorak. Sadak. Gogorak, Gogorak, Dada. Kyozo. Dadara Gogorak. Oh. Taleji Aloreji. Ovary. The Exarch asks that we wait, and so we wait. We're here. We are heading in together, yes? Your assistance is appreciated. Holminster switches past these gates and through the forest. It is not exactly near a neighbor to Crystarium, but we occupy the same region. We've built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The city is beset by a swarm unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that a light warden leads the attack. How convenient it seems. We'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence cannot disperse like the weaker kind. Vile aether will bloom outward and envelop the nearby living being, a reckless young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Ah, well, you can leave the particular quandary to us. I must ask that the gods stand down and follow us to engage the leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if? Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort of our ranks. I insist I go with you. Very well, then. Our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Leviers, Captain Leah, and last but not least, the Warrior of Darkness. A formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Your menu, you use the features of the companion, the trust system, blah 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 blah. Alrighty, let's form the party.
Very well.
Let's give it our all.
Very well.
Grit.
Mostly I'm doing it because I want the accommodations. Oh, I should give my bird some gesho greens. Come on! Hello, Paris. More gesho greens. What am I? Locks.
Aha! Tank privilege. Oh, Mr. Switch.
Alright, let's see how much pull I can do. I don't think I can do wall to wall for this. Usually it's
Very hard.
try not doing wall to wall. Oh yeah, grid is on. Astral Illusion healers aren't bad. So. Alright, I'll do all. Forgiven clamor, forgiven folly.
There.
For Tasleen! Time to fight the lake. Tesla. Oh, we're using two dragoons. Two dragoons. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to do big bulls. Because, carve and split. If we can animation cancel that. Oh, the people. Bakeneko. Forgiven enmity. Mira! Like the wind. Did not see that. One of the DPS, do the thing! Oh. Do the thing!
Oh yeah, baby. Gotcha.
Well, everybody left. We help too. Huh. Oh, not everybody left. Rest well. And the same, Mr. Axar?
I was no less than expecting, but well done. While London's gone, I can scant be favorite. Scant even. Equipped. Try home. Equipped. Try on.
Right.
It's releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place. Born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
He said contain, not
the blessing of light.
Disperse.
And the hero who wields it now stands before you. Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Cinematic cutscene.
Scar. It can't be.
What's happening?
It's so beautiful.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed, but for the present, I beg you, stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
I will become the warrior you need.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Oh ho! Without the constant glare, Lakeland seems an entirely different place. It's over, yes? I must need a moment. It's as if the sky itself had disappeared into the heavens. If I didn't have wounded to tend to, I'd never stop staring. Ah, how quickly you have justified my faith. As may look, I've saved a sky without heralds. Your success. A single victory is a large struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. Warrior of Darkness. Now, as for how we see it from here, the villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting the situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. Tis be expected. Gudrak, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the sky, the light recede from the lakeland. Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many would be swept up in the maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as a legendary warrior of darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance will throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Ilm. Maybe best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Vatri responds to all of this. My thanks, though we cannot freely celebrate your success. Pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same discretion from you, of you, Captain. It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the White Light Warden and since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I encourage folks not to question it. This either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day, about all of you. Well, that settles. That settled. I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. Thus, this explanation and adjustment will consume much of my time. So pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits, and to think you'll not even need to shutter the windows to enjoy the dark and peaceful night sky. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask, after all you have done here today, but could I ask you to place a message on your way to the pendant? Please tell Bragi, no, please let Bragi know that we're bringing a number of injured and restorative is in the market, needs to be reserved for the infirmary.
Just boned.
We will start making our way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you, it won't do to arrive too soon after the exile. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Weston. We already went through the village top to bottom, Alice. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those eaters. I can't rest, not now. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while. And that means you as well, Gutra. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later when I feel myself again. Just you and me, then, shall we? Oh. Not too far. Well, the Crystarium seems relatively ordered. Won't you say? The Exarch's speech must have been reassuring to hear. On the contrary, there is something jubilant in the air. I have a feeling this night won't be quite as peaceful. as our hooded friend predicted. I think I shall take a brief stroll around town before retiring to my chambers. Once you've discharged your duty to Bragi, I suggest you do the same. Sleep well, Gudrak. I hope untroubled dreams find you and Alice both. Bragi?
Hi. What can I do for you? Bring to buy a lamp like every other stumbling soul in the city. I see. Well, Captain Lena can rest assured that my potions I spot coming in will be set aside for the wounded. Hang on a moment, if you've carrying messages for the guard. Does that mean you were there then, Battle for Mister? A stalwart lad like you might want to pay a visit to the Wandering Steppes. Make himself known. I'd say Gilnard can introduce you to some interesting opportunities.
Bernard?
You immortal lady. Celia, more beer for table 2 and a couple of pints of mead for table 3. While you're at it,
Coming right up.
sorry, we're rushed off our feet today, sir. Can I get you anything? Drinks are on the house. Oh, that Bragi has a twisted sense of humor. To think he sent you to me at a time like this. The first real night in nearly 100 years has folks all riled up and then some. What's more, there are the Ida business at home as a switch. They say a light runner was destroyed in a damn trance. Another damn trace. It was the darkness who did the deed.
I really must apologize to Glenard. He's been almost as rowdy as our customers. That's no small feat. A lot of the regulars are bounty hunters, you see. They mostly go for eaters, and the rumors of warriors appearance was where the spark to their kindling.
You know how the weak eaters are drawn to strong ones, right? Aye, they swarm like angry bees around a queen. You
need look no further than Ominster for proof of that. But attacks on the scale only happen nearly every day. Praise the blessed dark shadow. No, the more common threats are the strays. That's why, but every now and again, they will leave the pack and prowl alone. Those are the ones you to on the road if luck is foul. They're a danger to everyone as the settlement council puts bounties on their heads. And our bar here is a convenient place for hunters to gather and share information.
Seems a few of them are inspired by the warden slaying even more than most. These are the types who have their sights set on absolute worst of the strays, a class of eaters they've been dubbed the cardinal virtues. Virtue showed up out of nowhere about 3 summers ago, and when historians heard the description given by survivors, well, apparently they share appearance with the villains who caused the flood. If that didn't send a chill down your spine, they've also reported to be as tough as light wardens, not the kind of prey can take down single-handed. Our virtue hunters have all but given up, but knowing the warrior of darkness is out there has lit a fire in their bellies. Just look at them. That hewn over there with the oversized sword is grandson. He's in it for revenge. Wants to recruit a comrade in arms. Tenacious as he is. The Mistral lad is Lou Reed. Don't be fooled by those doughy cheeks. He's as hard as a hunter as they come. He just lost a partner and seems to be on the lookout for a new one. That's Craig. Shrig. Word is he's seeks an expert in magic crack. Help fight the virtue he's after. Last we have Guilt. Dwarf and drunkard both. Wants to join forces with a healer and only a healer. Something about needing a mentor's wisdom. I've seen my share of competent veterans, and you have the look about you. Maybe you should introduce yourself to one of our hunters, who knows? Together you might even collect the bounty on a cardinal virtue.
Now that's a grand idea. Imagine the prestige my bar would earn if we hosted the patronage of a successful virtue hunter.
You have gained access to the Rogue Quest. The separate questline and story is now available to Tank. Or Tank, PS, Magic range DPS, physical DPS, and magic and healer role. In order to reach the final stage of the Shadowbringers main quest scenario, you must complete at least one role quest line. Speak with a virtue hunter at wandering stairs to accept a role offer.
Welcome back, sir. I wonder if someone was sleeping with a city with. I wonder if anyone can sleep with in such an uproar. But will you be retiring to your quarters?
Yes.
Very good. In light of the present situation, I have The illumination prepare for all our rooms. No need to rush to the market for lanterns. Our candles have a pleasant breath. Or candles have a pleasant breath, sir.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Really is. Shifty eye, shifty eye, shifty eye.
Been watching, have you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Yulmore and then on to Armarang. And I was there when you slew the Light Warden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin? Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. You charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
It's Miniphilia!
So this is what the light was hiding. He's here. I must go to him.
Meanwhile, inside a Imperial Magic facility in the Source.
Intruders! Fan out and find them! Out of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy.
Bastian and Gaius!
When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the Warrior of Light from the jaws of death? Your armor is most distinct.
much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadowhunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own, they tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear the receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
Black Rose.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. No citizens to conscript, no skills to exploit, nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus, I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
You know, I did all my spiel and my mic was muted. So, once more, thank you for watching. If you're watching the VOD, I stream almost every day between 10 to 7. I start between 10 to 7 and usually go for 2 to 4 hours. Sometimes longer depending on when I start. But thank you for, again, watching. Like and subscribe, and if you can, and if you can, live stream. Morning, evening, and night. Whatever time it is for you. And goodbye. Did the goodbye go through? Goodbye.